you, Nancy. Let's now bring in the spokesman of the Nairobi Metropolitan PSV Sacco Union Limited, that is Henry Muindi, and just shed some more light on this issue. Sir, let's just start where my colleague left off. The response of the Nairobi County government. Governor Evans Kidero says, indeed, all the stakeholders in the Matatu industry were brought on board when they were gazetting that County Finance Act. So why this now?
What we are saying, we as the Nairobi Metropolitan Union, we represent 102 SACCOs. The SACCOs were never consulted. That's one fact. What Kidero did, he consulted Kimutai and Mbogwa, and Kimutai represents companies and Mbogwa represents welfare, and so the Nairobi Metropolitan represents 102 SACCOs. That is why you saw the SACCOs were the ones that were leading. Actually, today we didn't strike. Today we just assembled our people together. We just wanted to bring forward our grievances to the governor. Today we didn't have a strike.
Before we go to the details of what you exactly want, are you saying that Simon Kimutai, chairman of the Matatu Owners Association, and Dixon Mbogwa, chairman of the Matatu Welfare Association, do not represent your interests?
They don't represent our interests as SACCOs, and what we say is that the SACCOs are normally represented by the Nairobi Metropolitan PSV SACCOs Union. That is the one that represents. Kimutai and Mbogwa, they don't represent us.
So what are your issues as of today's strike? Okay,
our issues as of today's strike were that we had an agreement with the governor. We discussed with him and we agreed on Monday that that he was going to reduce the rates that we had agreed. And of course, you have already shown the figures on the screen, and I don't want to dwell much on that. So what we are saying is that he turned his back against us again, because now again he's the one who called us. We went to his office. We had a successful discussion with him, but unfortunately we've come to realize, when I saw today's paper, I realized something, because there's a page in the today's paper that is saying Mr. Ondieki warned that the Matatu risk expulsion from the city center, paving the way for a 200 fleet company called Mass Bus Transit. So which means it's like they've already been compromised by another company which has 200 buses, or which would like to know which company is this, because ourselves it's not like we've been unable, and we are not refusing to pay this fee that they're saying. But what we are saying is, what services are they rendering towards the fee that we are supposed to pay? There's also another amount that they are not mentioning. There's a parking bay fee that is we are supposed to pay 220,000 annually. There's office fee. We were paying office fee 10,000 shillings. So now he's saying we pay 120,000. There's also a booking office a fee that is supposed to be paid 24,000. So what we are saying is, the reason why today we went we just paralyzed the operations, and we tried to bring our message across to the governor, was we are trying to tell him that if he says that, then he insists that we have to go by this, and the common mwananchi supports him, then what we are saying is we are going to load this task to the common mwananchi.
Okay, so Kidero says that he will not negotiate until there is order back on the roads. So did you achieve what you intended to achieve today, and what is the way forward?
Today we actually achieved what we had intended to achieve, even though he didn't give us the ear, but we have a very able senator who is Mike Sonko. I'm just coming from his office right now, and we've discussed with him, and he's the one who has actually requested us to let our people go back to work for today. But as for tomorrow, then we are saying tomorrow, because today there was a lot of harassment and they're saying that we blocked the roads. What we are saying is that as from tomorrow we are not going to block any roads. Tomorrow we are not going to block anyone from going to work. What we are saying is that tomorrow we are simply going to park our vehicles, and we are going to now walk to town and ask the Kidero which is the way forward.
What about what is happening in court? Does it have an impact on all this?
What is happening in court, I cannot discuss or disclose what is happening in court, because that one is a matter that I cannot touch on it right now, because it's a process that is already going on.
Okay, thank you. Henry Muindi, the spokesman of the Matatu, of the Nairobi Metropolitan PSV Sacco Union that represent 102 SACCOs in Nairobi.